All right, so let's start with this girl right here. So let's get this face going. All right, now we know that we can already see that this, the tilt, look at the tilt of her eyes, is everything's going to be in this direction. It's all going to roughly be parallel here. This right here, this is where the nose is coming in contact with the face back here, all right? So how's this going to stick out here? So we're going to, this nose is sticking out from there. And let's think of the nose as we draw in it, like almost like this, you see? That's the bottom part there. And then we're going to come up here like this. All right, there's the top part of the nose like that. Doesn't have to be perfect. I just want you to kind of get the idea of how these things work together, okay? We're not looking for likeness here. We're looking just for getting these concepts down. All right, there's the ball. Okay, now let's look at the corner. Let's look at the corners of the mouth, all right? All right, now look, there's the corner, right in there. You see that? Where's this vertical line? Okay, that's falling right underneath the tip of her nose there, you see? So if the tip of my nose is there, corner's going to be right about there. Where's this one? Where's this one? Oh, look at that. That's way outside the wing of the nose. I mean, when it comes to drawing these lips, look, the bottom part of the top lip there, it's going to have a slight overlap. There's the V. All right, so you could almost think of this as, look, it's almost like a letter T right there. You see that? All right, let me erase that. So first thing I did down here was I started with there's the underside, okay? There's that letter T, just like that. Where is the V? Where's the V of the nose? I mean, the V of the lips. There's the V right there. And there is my T. So it's almost like right above it. You see that? One of the best ways you could do this is just by repetition. Just grabbing a picture like this, slowing down, and get that outline. Okay, let's get that bottom lip now. Now look at this. Right there, you see that? It's almost like a straight line, and then it comes right up, you see? This is also going to be the center. That's the center line of her lip. So where does this line up with? Oh, look. That lines up with that T and the inside part of that nostril. There's my inside. Okay, that looks pretty good. And then I'm going to come right down here. right, let's go ahead and draw the negative space inside her mouth. Don't worry about the teeth. They'll take care of themselves. Now, all I have to do for the teeth is just tone them in. All right, last thing on this lips before we jump to our next one, just throw a tone in on that top lip right there. Okay, let's bring up our next one. All right, there's the angle. Let's get the, in this case, I'm going to just get the overall containment. What's the overall shape of that nose? Now look closely at the nose. We're not looking straight at it. We're looking at a slight angle. So the tip of the nose is going to be shifted over here. So make sure you shift it over just a little bit. And then there's this round, the top of it, there's this round aspect to it. So we'll just kind of come down here with a little roundness there, right? All right, there's the nostril. And we can see on this side that we're going to get another little nostril just kind of peeking over here, right? All right, center of the lip, where is that? Let's shift it a little bit, lining up underneath the nose there. So let's see, that's going to be right about there, I think. And let's quickly draw this. Let's not spend a lot of time in figuring it out. Look at this. Let's try and break down this smile. It's not a smile. Let's break down this look of pain. And that top lip there, see what you see. Like I see this, I see a slight U shape. You see that? And then over here, it's going to have another, like another small U shape. And then over here, it's another U shape. Let's look at the negative shape that it's left for her, the opening of her mouth. Let's try and get that in. Let's get this, the negative shape of the, try not to draw the teeth, just get the negative shape in here. Okay. Bottom of the lip. Shift it a little bit to the right. And then this is coming in contact with the chin. You see that? And this is going to have a nice shadow here. And then our nose is going to cast a nice shadow across the whole surface here. Look at that. Look at that bright spot right there on the lip. So let's make sure that we don't cover that up. Right where that sun is shining, right? Hitting that bottom corner there. Then look at the tone. Look at the tone of the upper lip compared to the skin. You see that's so much more darker. So let's go ahead and make sure we drop a nice tone in there. And that tone matches almost the bottom lip as well. So maybe we drop that in a little bit. And then her lower teeth are even darker than all of that. So we need to drop those back with a tone. Now we could go into those teeth and drop a couple lines. All right, so I'm going to start with the center line and do them lightly. We don't want the lines in between the teeth to really grab the tension. We just want to help give an idea of where they're crossing. And look at this little trick that I just did. I'm gonna zoom in so you can see it. Look at this tooth right here. You see this? I didn't go all the way. I just did a little cut into it, and I'm going to let the imagination fill in the rest. Same thing over here. If you do have additional questions, please join our Facebook group. It's totally for free. Post your questions in there. You can direct it toward me, or even down here in the comments below, you can ask a question and I will try and answer it my best. My name's Kurt. I'm a dad who draws. All right. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Okay. Bye-bye.